Towson University Tigers will be back home at CQ. We're looking forward to it, and we're also looking forward to another edition of the Tiger Basketball Report, which starts now.
For an athlete, there's nothing scarier than a torn ACL.
Athletes trust us with their care and their careers because we're a recognized leader in sports medicine.
Get back to your active life sooner with MedStar Sports Medicine.
White Market's ice cream plant is based in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and is locally owned and operated. We've been making our ice cream for nearly 50 years. We create roughly 70 flavors of ice cream right now. We use local ingredients, especially our cream, which is from our milk plant. The cream is what gives our ice cream a rich and creamy texture. Now, together with our customers, we've created a product called Peanut Butter Indulgence, which will be coming out this summer. It's a peanut butter ice cream with sea salt caramel swirl and chocolate-covered pretzel. How can you go wrong with that? Personally, I love our ice cream. If you come to our house at any given time, you'll find at least 5 packets of ice cream in our freezer. Our kids grew up eating Wise quality ice cream, and now we get to treat our grandchildren to it. It's been a pleasure for me to be tasting ice cream for over 40 years for Wise Markets, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Welcome, fans, to another edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas, along with head coach of the Tigers, Pat Skerry. And coach, on Thursday, it will be the William and Mary Tribe coming into CQ Arena. You played them a week ago Saturday in a game down at Kaplan where they were undefeated in conference play, and you put a hurting on them, 99-73, a game in which they led by 14, 11 minutes into the ball game, and over the next 20 minutes, you beat them by 40, eventually going up by 28. So you know that William and Mary, they're going to come into CQ Arena. They're not going to be happy about what happened last time you played. They're going to be looking for a little revenge.
Well, you can't live on memories, and we better be aware of that. They're very good. They're in first place. They're 6-2. We're 4-4. It's not where we want to be. It's a pivotal game. They're almost impossible to stop offensively. For the game, we didn't do a good job of stopping them offensively. We did a much better job in the second half, and we played really good offense. We expect to see a lot more zone from them this time around, so we've got to be prepared to attack that, not settle, and not stand around, make sure we get on the glass. And then they're hard to guard because the big kid Knight gives them something inside they've never had. He's a 6'10" guy that posts it, drives it, shoots it. And then all their perimeter guys are weapons from the perimeter. Kid Cohen's having a great year. I really like the kid Pierce. He's got the type of versatility I like in a player. And their two wings, Milan and Birchfield, are snipers. So I think for us, the mentality coming to the game is, can we do a good job on them? Can we take away the three-point shot where they're very prolific at? And you got to get back. You can't turn it over, and you got to get good shots because they're much better in transition than people give them credit for.
They're a team that they went 5-0. Then you came into Kaplan, you beat them by 26. Then they lose again at home to Northeastern in a blowout where Northeastern at one point was up 32. They bounced back this past weekend and beat Elon to get back on the winning track. But when you have a team, and in conference play, you normally don't see, 25, 30-point spreads in games. Most of the time, they're tight. What type of mentality do you think William & Mary is going to have coming in, and how do you keep your teams to say, well, we beat these guys by 26 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody has those answers. Send them in, because that's kind of what coaching college basketball makes it tricky. You know, we know they'll be ready to play. Tony does a great job, and they're a good team. So we better be ready to play. I think, you know, it's when you can't worry so much about another team's mentality. You gotta pretty much assume that they'll be ready to go. You know, my thing with our group is, you know, we've had, whether you lose a close game or you got blown out, it's a loss. We've had some tough losses. So how do you rectify that? You know, you have an opportunity now to stay in a race against, like I said, team that's in first place. It seems like a lot of teams have had a couple of head-scratching losses so far, and maybe that's also why Northeastern really has it. They're at 6-2. Maybe that's why they haven't really analyzed their schedule. I know Hofstra's having a good year. They've won a bunch of close ones. William Mary won some close ones early. You know, so you know that's probably more something that from the outside looking at, you know, how do we do a better job in close games? Our wins haven't been close.
Right, you're getting double-digit wins
our
in conference
losses
play.
have been crushing. So, you know, we've got to get that right. You know, I'd say it's more of a we're looking at more from where's our focus, a little more grit mentally. You know, that's what it's going to take to get where we hope to get to.
You know, you mentioned Nathan Knight, the big man for William and Mary, and when you go through the process of preparing for a game and you're looking, you know, well, we all know Cone, he's been playing forever for them, and Birchfield, his minutes have been going up year by year. But Knight last year was a nice player, but then you look at his numbers, it's like, wow, where did he come from? What is the difference between Nathan Knight from this year to last year?
Well, I mean, he hurt us last year. He played really well against us both times. So I thought he was one of those guys who's, you know, arguably the top. You look at guys who you know are going to make a major impact, and he's right up there. I think he's in better shape. He knows their system. He can score the ball in so many different ways. I think, you know, one thing we got to do a good job of, if you're studying him, we can't foul him because you're going to make his foul shots. They're the best
free throw shooting team in the country.
Right, and because he can shoot it and post it, you know, and obviously big enough to rebound, you can't give him foul shots too. That's where a guy ends up getting 27 and 12 and then puts a hurting on you.
All right, well, the Tigers will be in CQ twice this week. The first time Thursday night against William and Mary at 7 o'clock. I'll have the broadcast for you on CBS Sports Radio 1300 and on TowsonTigers.com. For head coach Pat Skerry, I'm Spiro Morekas. We thank you for watching another edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. And as always, go Tigers.